Life rarely sounds like a perfectly tuned orchestra. More often it is filled with unexpected shifts in tempo and jarring, discordant notes. And right now your life might sound like a cacophony. The sudden, screeching halt of a career, the deafening silence where a salary used to be, the relentless, looping percussion of anxiety in your own mind. What now? Am I obsolete? How will I survive? This is the sound of disruption in the 21st century, specifically for those in the US and around the world who have been told their job can now be done better, faster, and cheaper by an artificial intelligence. It's a uniquely modern form of chaos. It's not just the loss of income, it's the erosion of identity, the feeling of being outplayed not by a rival, but by a line of code. The noise of this crisis can be all-consuming, leaving you feeling powerless and lost in the sonic storm. But what if you weren't just a passive listener to this chaos? What if you held the conductor's baton? The ancient Stoics, masters of navigating worlds far more unpredictable than our own, believed precisely this. They taught that while we cannot control the instruments or the notes played by the world, we have absolute power over how we arrange them into a coherent piece of music. We have the power to be the composers of our own response. Today, we are not going to try to silence the noise. That is impossible. Instead, we are going to learn how to conduct it. We will journey through the 4 movements of a Stoic Symphony, a composition designed to transform the cacophony of job loss into a powerful melody of resilience, purpose, and inner freedom. Movement 1. The Cacophony of Crisis. This is the first movement. It's loud, chaotic, and frightening. It begins with the sudden crash symbol of the termination email. It's the frantic, high-pitched strings of panic about bills and the future. It's the deep, unsettling bass drum of shame and self-doubt. In this movement, every instrument plays its own tune, creating a wall of noise that feels impossible to penetrate. The natural instinct is to be overwhelmed by it. The Stoic response is to pick up the baton and begin the act of triage. The problem: you are drowning in a sea of negative emotions and overwhelming problems, all competing for your attention at once. You feel completely powerless because the noise is too loud to think. The Stoic knowledge: a conductor's first job is not to make music, but to bring order to the players. You must first distinguish between the instruments you can conduct and the notes you cannot change. The practice: the conductor's triage. Take out a piece of paper. Create 2 sections: the score, unchangeable notes, and my orchestra, controllable instruments. In the score, write down the fixed realities, the notes you cannot alter. The company made its decision. AI is a disruptive force in my industry. I have X amount in savings. Staring at these notes with anger or despair is futile. In my orchestra, list the instruments you have direct control over right now. My breath, my physical posture, my daily routine, my response to my family, the effort I put into my job search for the next hour. The application: your first act as conductor is to ignore the unchangeable score and focus entirely on your orchestra. You cannot change the company's decision, but you can control your breathing to calm your nervous system. You cannot stop the rise of AI, but you can create a structured routine for your day. This practice doesn't solve the entire problem, but it quiets the cacophony enough for you to hear the first note of your own music. Movement 2. The Adagio of Acceptance. After the initial chaos, the symphony must slow down. Adagio is a tempo marking that means at ease or slowly. This movement is not about giving up. It is about deliberate, calm acceptance of the present reality. It is where you stop fighting the storm and learn to find the quiet center within it. Anxious minds hate this tempo. They want to rush into a frantic future. But a wise conductor knows that true power is built in the quiet moments. The problem: your mind is constantly racing, jumping from past grievances. How could they do this? To future fears. What if I never find another job? You are everywhere but here, and peace is impossible. The Stoic knowledge: purpose and peace are not found in the future. They are expressed in the quality of your attention in the present moment. A beautiful life is a string of beautifully lived moments, or notes. The practice: the note of now. This is a practice of radical presence. Choose one simple physical task that you will perform today. It could be making your morning coffee, washing the dishes, or taking a 10-minute walk. For the duration of that task, your sole purpose is to conduct it perfectly. If you are making coffee, notice the sound of the beans, the smell of the grounds, the warmth of the mug. Bring all of your focus to that single note. If you are walking, feel the contact of your feet on the ground. Notice the temperature of the air. Listen to the sounds around you. The result. This practice anchors your frantic mind in the stable reality of the present. It proves to you that you can create a moment of order and beauty, even when the larger composition of your life feels chaotic. Each well-played note of now is a moment of peace, a quiet melody that pushes back against the noise. Movement 3. The crescendo of character. With a foundation of calm, it is time to build. A crescendo is a gradual increase in loudness and intensity. This movement is about action, growth, and the deliberate building of a new professional identity. It's where you take the central theme, your own resilience, and develop it with increasing power and complexity. This is where the obstacle of unemployment becomes the raw material for your masterpiece. The problem. You feel defined by what you have lost. Your old identity is gone, and you don't know how to build a new one. The task feels too big and paralyzing. The Stoic solution. A grand symphony is not written all at once. It is composed measure by measure, motif by motif. You must begin composing your new professional score. The practice. Composing your new score. Identify your motifs. A motif is a short, recurring musical idea. Identify 3 small learnable skills or knowledge areas that would make you more valuable in the current market. These are your new motifs. E.g. Motif 1, a specific data analysis software. Motif 2, a course on digital marketing. Motif 3, improving your public speaking. Schedule your measures. A measure is a segment of time. Every day, schedule one measure, a focused 45-minute block of time, dedicated to practicing one of your motifs. The application. This practice transforms the vague goal of getting a new job into the concrete, controllable act of composing your new self. You are no longer just an unemployed person. You are a composer, actively writing your next movement. Each day you complete a measure, the music of your new identity gets stronger, more confident, and more complex. This is the sound of you becoming anti-fragile. Movement 4. The finale of freedom. The final movement of the symphony is the resolution. But the Stoic finale is not a triumphant fanfare of revenge or seeing your old company fail. It is something far more profound, a powerful, peaceful melody of inner freedom. It is the moment when the original cacophony of your job loss is no longer the main theme, but a distant, insignificant memory. The quality of your own music has become so rich and compelling that the noise from the outside world no longer matters. The problem. You are still secretly hoping for external validation, for your old boss to regret their decision, or for a new job to prove you were right. Your peace is still tied to an external audience. The Stoic knowledge. The wise person performs for an audience of one, themselves. Your ultimate goal is to find satisfaction in the quality of your own composition, your character, your actions, your resilience, regardless of who is listening or applauding. The practice, the audience of one. This is a daily journaling practice. At the end of each day, take 5 minutes to review your performance as the conductor. Ask yourself, did I conduct my orchestra, my responses, my routine, with discipline today? Did I practice my new motifs as written in my score? Did I find moments of peace in the adagio of my day? The result. This practice solidifies your self-worth as something generated internally, not granted externally. You become the sole judge of your success. The day you genuinely no longer care whether your old boss is thriving or failing is the day your finale is complete. You have achieved true freedom. The lesson of the symphony. The final lesson is this. Life will always contain chaos and disruption. There will always be discordant notes. A Stoic life is not one free of problems. It is one in which you have mastered the art of being the conductor. You have the skill to take any set of circumstances, any cacophony of events, and arrange them into a symphony of purpose, character, and strength. Your most important job is not the one you lost. It is the permanent role of being the composer of your own inner world. Your symphony does not begin with a grand gesture, but with the first deliberate note. Your transformation from listener to conductor starts now. Your challenge is simple. Commit to the first practice. Pick up your conductor's baton and perform the conductor's triage. Take a piece of paper and draw the line between the score you cannot change and my orchestra that you can. To make this commitment real, go to the comments and share one instrument from your orchestra that you will focus on conducting this week. Just write, "My instrument is." For example, "My instrument is my morning routine." Or, "My instrument is my breathing when I feel anxious." This is your downbeat. Begin your composition.